Hi,
Awesome.
welcome everybody. Yay!
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
No,
we're
you're
fine.
fine.
You're fine. Welcome back to WandaVision Discussion Live. Finally got it to work, which is great. How are you two doing today?
I'm
Good.
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now that this is working.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, welcome. Yeah, so we could just start. Let me get into it. I'm Rachel. I'm the host of this show that we do. I host. I run the Rubber City Reviews page mostly. And obviously, I have help usually. Um, yeah, I don't do it alone, but I host the WandaVision live discussion show thingies. I do this. I'm an intern with 330 to go. Sorry, I was a little out of it, just making sure everything's working on the other end. Everybody was seeing it. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about the season and I guess series finale of WandaVision. Let me see. My other co-hosts are here. Evan, since you were here first and you're on top, you can go first.
Yeah, my name is Evan. I run the preview review page on Facebook. I just recently reviewed Chaos Walking, as well as what were the other, Raya and the Last Dragon, as well as the new Coming to America. But I'm really excited to talk about the series finale with everyone here for WandaVision.
Perfect. All right, Nick, if you would like
Yeah.
to go.
My name is Nick. I run the Does It Suck page on Facebook, where I review snacks and food items and stuff like that. The way the page started actually was with movie reviews and TV reviews, so I kind of got back to my roots there and put up a WandaVision review last night. So if you guys want to check that out, you can go check that out. But I'll be talking about it here too, so excited to get into it.
All right, well, welcome back. You guys are my usual co-hosts. It's sad that this is going to be the last WandaVision thing. Nick does have hair. We have a couple of people already in the comments. I'm so excited. Feel free to leave your thoughts, comments, theories for the future, I guess, because there's no theories for the next couple of episodes. About the season finale. Long story short, big witch battle happens. Scarlet Witch is born basically from Wanda. Monica doesn't do anything in this episode except like saves the kids once. The Hex is gone. Hayworth is arrested. White Vision battles Vision with it's a philosophy battle. Gets the Vision's memories back. Yeets off into the sunset. The kids probably disappear. Wanda goes off to learn witch stuff. Monica's probably going to space to help the Skrull, I think. I think the Kree is what Carol is, and these are the Skrull, if I remember Captain America thing, but correctly. But that's like, this is probably, I just wanted to make it the shortest recap ever. This is the most basic. Everybody's seen it by now, probably. The middle end credit scene is Monica going to space, probably. Last end credit scene is Wanda astral projecting while she's making coffee, already a step up from Doctor Strange, and hearing her kids calling out mom. So yeah, that's long story short. Nick, why don't you go first and tell us what you thought about this episode?
Yeah. My thoughts are kind of mixed, to be fair, or to be honest. As much as I enjoyed the show, I thought that the finale was a little, I wouldn't say a letdown, but it went so far in a different direction than the other 8 episodes that it felt it kind of lost its luster and it lost its charm. Did I enjoy seeing two Visions fight? Absolutely. I mean, that's cool. Did I enjoy the witch battle? Of course. Like, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I was very entertained. But at the end of the day, I'm still left with questions. Like, we never found out who that missing person was that Jimmy Woo mentioned. White Vision just leaves, and he's gone. He didn't come back to save Wanda, even though he has the memories of everything. Where did he go? I don't know. It bothers me that some of those answers that were set up in all season long just were never answered, and it was still just a 42-minute episode. I feel like they had room to explore those things. I do like the fact that maybe Agnes comes back later in like a Doctor Strange or something as maybe not an evil witch. I do like the fact that when Wanda was astral projecting, that it was confirmed that that's Doctor Strange music playing in the background. I went back and watched it again. It is Michael Giacchino's score. So that is interesting to me. And whenever you hear her children crying out, I mean, that's still a direct link to Mephisto to me, because in the comics, they're literal parts of his body. Like when he holds up his hands, the one fist is Tommy and the other fist is Billy. So if Mephisto still has control of the kids, they're screaming as part of his soul. So I feel like that's still going to be explored in the Doctor Strange movie. But yeah, I feel like those answers, and like Steven mentioned, that whole engineer setup, that may have been just us wishing, creating fan theories and being let down by our own speculations. But there was still that whole thing with the white vision that really bothered me, and the missing person, and the fact that at the beginning we're told that Westview isn't a real place, when it very much is a real place. So that whole thing was never explained either, and that bothers me a lot, because it just feels like there was setup that was put in there intentionally to mislead us, not necessarily give us any, solid closure. But overall, I liked it. It sounds like I don't, but I did. I just found some issues with it, but I'm interested to see what you guys have to say.
I agree with most of the thing. I think that the whole Westview now being their thing was Wanda trying to deter people from coming to her little bubble. But and I think that the whole white vision thing was supposed to kind of be like when Hulk just kind of yeets into space after Civil War. That's what that reminded me of, at least. But I'll let before I get more into my thoughts, I'm gonna let Evan go ahead and talk about his.
Yeah, so normally whenever I review a TV show on my page, I always do it on a letter score. And before the finale, it probably would have been like a B+. But now that the finales happen, it's kind of more like a B. Because while I think the ending is exciting...
I'll send them the link, man. Keep talking.
I'll keep going. So while I did enjoy the finale, like kind of like Nick, it was nice to see a little bit more of the traditional fighting that we see in Marvel films a lot, but at the same time, yeah, it does kind of lose its identity because it was built on with so much cryptic darkness and fan theories, and maybe it's just a simple matter that we as fans built it up to be so much more than it actually was, which kind of hindered the experience a little bit. I'd be very curious, like maybe years down the line when I maybe forget about the show, if just to rewatch it and to see if it sticks with me more in the future. But there's just a bunch of like continuity errors that did kind of annoy me. I mean, Nick mentioned most of them. One other one that really bothers me is that now that the hex is gone and it's been absorbed back into Wanda, doesn't that technically mean that Agatha is free again? And which is completely not addressed at all. So that was a little annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of other stuff that we'll probably get into eventually.
Yeah, for sure. So my thoughts are this. I think that totally, including myself, and everybody else seem to overhype the finale, especially because of not only the fan theories, but I think everything that Marvel has done in the past. Like it's not just us. It's the fact that they've always gone over the top, done one thing. Okay. Nick says that his hotspot is out, so he's probably not going to be joining us again. I'm going to encourage him to join us again in the comments, at least, like Evan did a couple of weeks ago.
He'll keep trying to join. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. He'll keep trying. I'll keep chugging along. But I'm not necessarily disappointed in the ending, if that makes sense. If anything, it just feels like everything's just being set up for the future. WandaVision wasn't meant to be this series that kind of like Daredevil or Jessica Jones where it keeps going on and on and on. And like I've mentioned before in this show, it's not a show that I think would even be able to work in that format, especially with everything that was not even just set up in this episode and just the way the episodes have been formatted and everything that was, kind of explained in the last episode. So, I think that it was more or less just a really interesting, overall, just looking back at this series, I think it was an interesting way to set up Phase 4 and just a good standalone series. Like, not even just a Marvel series. Without the whole MCU thing, I think it was still just a good standalone series. I do agree that this was a little bit rushed. It felt a little bit rushed and like a wee bit unfinished. But I also think that we have to remember that not only did COVID muck everything up, it is all still setting everything up. We were supposed to get Multiverse of Madness right after this. Now we have to wait a year. So this was just supposed to lead right into that. So now we have to wait, and I feel like a lot more stuff would have been explained better, maybe, if if everything had gone better in the past, and maybe the ending would have been a little bit more thought through. My biggest complaint is that there's not enough Monica in this. I think Jimmy Woo gets his moment, and I'm happy for him. But Monica was like set up with like all these cool powers, and we barely got like a glimpse of that in the past couple of episodes. I guess she was in episode 7, I think. But I feel like that was a little bit of a bust. But I do think that just everything, like White Vision going away is just like Hulk leaving for the little 4 garbage planet that he ends up in Ragnarok. I feel like what you said with Agnes, I think that she's just doing the little mind thing with just her. So she's just kind of wandering around like an NPC in this town, and I'm sure everybody in Westview's really happy about that. I kind of do agree. My friend and I, like outside of this, were kind of discussing it before. He was like, I don't think that they tapped into Scarlet Witch's trauma a lot. I think they did in the last episode. I think but I will say the biggest positives for me were definitely we got that MCU moment of cool battles. I really liked Vision having a philosophical discussion with another version of himself is the most Vision thing that you could do, and it's in the comics. So I thought that was really neat. Like that whole Theseus thing, that's in the comics. But also Wanda just accepting her that she is magical and a witch, and she has all of this power, and just so subtly setting up those runes was amazing. And just the fact that her trauma and everything that she's gone through has made her stronger. I think that that's the real message. And just the chemistry that she still has with Vision in the end, it really is just about Wanda and Vision. So I'm excited to see what the rest is in store. But before we move on to some theories and stuff, let's look through some of the comments, because a lot of people have thoughts as well. Feel better. Steven says he feels better about I'm going all the way back, guys. Sorry. I feel better about the setup for the episode, the finale. It all came together well. Thank you, Steven. I agree. Nick has hair. Theseus. Yes, I have never heard of that one before. Had you? Because I've never heard of the Theseus thing.
No.
I hate the boner joke with Pietro. I love the idea that the White Vision has no memories now. Never learned who Wu's missing person was, and who the engineer was. Here's the thing. I think the missing person is fake Pietro. I don't think anybody in their right mind would keep the last name Boner, but would be given it by the Witness Protection Program. Nor would they have a headshot in their house unless he's like an actor or something. But I feel like that was like, here's your background. This is you now. Jeremy Boner, or whatever his name was. What do you think, Evan?
Well, I mean, with the whole issue, well, not really issue, but I just thought it was kind of a throwaway joke to like, oh, this explains that now. So it's like, really? That's it? That's all you're gonna do for that? But before we keep going, I will say this, that as of this, I mean, I love how the show like constantly focused on Wanda, obviously, but it kind of went back and forth on whether we thought that she was the actual villain that was taking over the minds and creating the hex. In the end, we were right. She was, in fact, a villain, and a very multi-layer villain. So I really applaud. If there's one thing that this show does incredibly well, it's actually exploring the character of Wanda and actually making a multi-layer villain that I would say is nearly on par with some of the past villains, like Killmonger and obviously Thanos.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think another thing that I keep seeing in the comments is, like, I don't think that she should have got away with what she did. I think that like, even the townspeople probably felt a little mixed about her, like, getting outside. I think she does still carry that weight of, like, what I did was messed up. I think that should have been explored more a little, of, like, wow, this was really messed up what I did. Because even then she was like, I kept you safe. But, like, even Agatha was like, no, you screwed up. This is bad. So even when she was walking away, I think she just kind of accepts the fact that they see her as kind of a villain. But I think that also the townspeople know what she's been through. They felt her emotions for like a couple of weeks now. So I feel like they feel sorry for her, but they're also angry at her. I feel like that it can't just be black or white. I feel like it's got to be a complicated kind of mess of emotions that everybody was kind of going through. But obviously she shouldn't have done that, and it was pretty effed up. But yeah. But yeah, it was messed up. Sorry, that's more appropriate word. But yeah, the finale seemed abbreviated, like they tried to jam a bunch of stuff into one episode that could have taken 3 more episodes to develop. I agree. Like I've been saying, like yeah, it could have been. I agree that it felt a little rushed, and Monica should have been in it more. Those are my 2 things.
If I may cut in really quickly, I will say that it's a major pet peeve of mine that we have just 9 episodes. And I don't like it ending on an odd number. So I feel like if you would have had a 10th episode, you would have had the perfect opportunity to like wrap things up a little bit more. So yeah, it's a waste opportunity now. So oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And Steven said the Paul Bentley troll was really annoying. You had lots of thoughts about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and get into it, that's fine.
Well, I mean, I'm a little salty about it, to be honest. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I think it was similarly to how we were reacting. Like, oh, we were coming up with theories. Like, oh, who is this cameo? Oh, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? So clearly he was trying to drum up like excitement and anticipation for the show. I totally understand that from a PR perspective, but at the same time, it's like this whole final episode, I was waiting and hoping that we were gonna get like that legendary cameo, and that might have contributed to a bit of my disappointment. So maybe if his interviews had not taken place, maybe I would feel differently about the final episode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, shoot, I forget what I was gonna say, but yeah. I'll keep going through comments. Us common folk were really lost with the Agnes Witch tie back to the Salem times, like Scarlet Witch and creative that Wanda was born. Did Wanda pick it up along the way, or was passed from previous witches? Wanda can tap into people's memories and kind of torment them with that. We've seen that before in MCU movies, so that was what she was doing. I feel like Agnes's lowest point was probably killing her own mother to take her powers. But it kind of shows that like Agnes won't stop at anything to get magic and learn this dark magic and stuff. I assume Wanda maintained control over Agnes. I am assuming that as well. She's like, if I need anything, I know where to find you. So she just left. I love that. Was such a power.
Peace out.
I love that for her. Okay, I think Wanda has more control over her chaos magic than can Charlie people as Agnes did like she did Agnes without the hex now. For sure. It's definitely a lot like the Tesseract, like kind of the Soul Stone, where you just kind of tap on people and they're like, I'm a brain person now. Ooh. I'm hearing comment form. Yeah, Nick is talking to us through the Rubber City reviews page. It's just weird. It's like a side story that seemed to turn the main story as she basically embraces being the witch in the room battle. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that she kind of accepts herself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you. If you have anything to say about that,
no, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm just trying to get through it so we can get into some theory stuff. But Yeah, I think it could have been better, but then again, good MCU stuff seems to be stellar when in comparison to stuff like in the DCEU. I think we were hoping for more, but are happy enough with how it is. Exactly, Steven. Thank you. I agree. Stop. Everybody needs to stop being a bummer and realize that this is a show and not a movie, and they're setting up the stuff for the movies, and it's gonna be great. We can't be upset about what we got. We gotta be hopeful for what we're gonna get from it. You feel me? It's like an appetizer.
If they delay a Black Widow again, then we can get mad.
Then we can get mad. Or if they do, even if they do Premiere Access, I'm gonna buy it. Like I'm gonna do Premiere Access for Black Widow. But like, they're probably just gonna drop it on. If it's even in theaters, I'll go in theaters to see it. Like it's gonna be May, and that's when they said all the vaccines are gonna drop. So. With Wanda being the Scarlet Witch, that chaos magic chooses her. That's why Agnes is jealous. So while Agnes had to learn, Wanda was just given the power. Yeah, that was really interesting. She's like, you don't need like a coven. You don't need to do incantations. You can just do this, and that's like really dangerous. But I think that the fact that Wanda's kind of on the good side is helpful. Yeah, we saw a poster of the upcoming movies and shows. I think we talked about this before of what our favorite upcoming movie. Did we ask what movie we're looking forward to most?
I think we talked about our favorite upcoming show, but I don't know about the movie.
Favorite upcoming movie that you think is gonna that's coming
up?
Shanghai and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I think.
I mean, of all of them, I would say that it would be a really hard divide between Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, as well as Spider-Man. What's it now? No Way Home.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Those are definitely my two most anticipated.
Yeah, for sure. Let me look at some of the movies coming up. Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
I know that my wife is really looking forward to Loki because she just loved Tom Hiddleston. So
yeah, not Shanghai, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I apologize, that was on me. Black Widow obviously is coming out before that. Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is the only one that hasn't had a release date. I'm most excited about, obviously, Fantastic Four, but I think Spider-Man or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Those are all. Of course, Thor: Love and Thunder, though. We're going to get Lady Thor. That's going to be awesome. Love that for Natalie Portman. But yeah, so that'll be really exciting. But yeah, Nick, leave your favorite. It's Spider-Man for me, followed by the Eternals. Eternals is also. I don't know enough about the Eternals to get excited for.
Yeah, same for here.
I'm sure that. That would. Nick said earlier, I really wanted to see more Monica, but I think she would have been. I think she will be the star of Secret Invasion. That'd be really cool. Yeah, it would be nice to see more of Monica, but I'm glad they set her up for reappearing in the future with her after credit scene. I agree. She's definitely going to be in Captain Marvel too, probably. And Wanda gets to just walk away with all her crushing like she tore her. Yeah, that we already talked about that. I agreed. The whole boner thing was silly. It's almost like you had a weird last name. You wouldn't hate it, not laugh at it. I've heard that theory that he's the missing person. Thank you, Steven, again. Steven's great. Steven
gets us.
Steven, we're just on the same wavelength, you know? All right, no one there would have been able to stop her either, though, so it felt like they had no choice but to let her go, just to be content that that you're no longer trapped. That's a fair assessment too. Thank you, Jeremy. Like everybody just saw her like battle a witch, and they've also she's kept you there for a week. What are you gonna do? Just be like, no, arrest her. Like they've arrested her like 3 times. Like that's not gonna work. Falcon and the Winter Soldier 6 episodes. Ugh, that sucks. I agree. I wish there was more. I think we're thinking about doing a similar show like this, but for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't know if it's going to be bingeable or not. But if that's something you're interested in, guys, please comment or let us know or something like that. I think we'll do it anyway, even if we don't, just because I like doing these. At least I'll talk about it. If Nick and Evan don't want to, I'll do it.
Oh, I'll definitely want to. Perfect. Although I will admit that I want to get a little bit more into movies, but...
That's fair. Yeah, that's a great thing about this show. It's like it's making me want to go back and watch all these again. But I'm like, do you really want to do that, Rachel? Do you want to spend all that time hunting down the Incredible Hulk? Because it's the only movie not on Disney+.
Hey.
It's not bad. It's not that bad, in my opinion. Honestly.
What we should do, and we should do a show where we talk about our favorite and least favorite Marvel films.
That'd be fun. We could do that. I'd love to do more Marvel content. Yeah, the Pietro thing just being a nothing burger and then turned into a stupid joke didn't seem to fit at all. Yeah, I agree, but I still hold strong that he might be Peter.
I would love for him to be in Quicksilver.
I would have just told Evan Peters to do that. Oh, we're getting a lot of hearts. I think people want us to do the Falcon show. That'd be great. What will we call it? Falcon Vision. No, that doesn't make sense. Falcon Watch. Like bird watching. Soldier Stare. That'll be funny. Winter Soldier is 6 episodes, so I think it's supposed to be structured more like a film. Hopefully the episodes are longer. That's the thing that I liked about WandaVision, is that it was clearly meant for TV. I liked the whole segment, but I'm a huge TV fan. Not exactly like Wanda was, but I've watched the Brady Bunch on streaming service. I grew up with the Andy Griffith Show, things like that. So yeah, I think I liked that, but I'm excited to see more of a film structured thing, and then I'm definitely excited for Black Widow to come out. And then I watched the Loki trailer again today. That looks really great. I'm really excited about that too. Yeah, I think we got carried away with fan theories. With episodes being a week apart, it really allows a lot of speculation, which is a double-edged sword. Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it will be different style WandaVision probably. They said Black Widow is releasing in China end of April. Posters came out, so hope that's helpful. So that's hopeful. Sorry, not helpful, hopeful. It is. I'm excited. But yeah, it's Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I've talked about that. I think Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3 are both obviously huge, but I think Thor Love and Thunder will have a lot in it too. I agree. I think that Taika's coming back for that.
Yeah. He's such a terrific director.
He was an amazing director. It was perfect. He was able to do a good balance of himbo Thor and Thor God of Thunder. It was a good balance of the two. And I loved we saw more of the Guardians of the Galaxy sort of space in that, not just weird Asgard space where it's definitely not, Norse mythology come to light like that. It's more of the space that we kind of understand now about the MCU, if that makes sense. You can just interrupt me. I'm just, yeah.
You're rambling, but that's okay.
I'm not. I'm just going through the please about the Winter Soldier. I'm so hyped for that show. Thor 1 and 2 are terrible. My old roommate, their family, they love Thor the Dark World. They watch it on repeat, as a family all the time. That blows my mind. I don't know how, why. I think that's the most interesting show that, movie that you could watch. More power. If that's your favorite movie, do that. Watch your favorite movie. But really, Thor the Dark World? That was crazy. Thor 1 is bad, though, and yes, that's why Ragnarok was so much better than both of the first two Thors, in my opinion. Thor 1 and 2 are still
I think the first Thor movie is okay. Thor the Dark World, yeah, that'd probably be my top 3 worst Marvel films.
Every time I see Hemsworth's eyebrows in Thor 1, I'm just like, wow, they were really going for it. But, so yeah, Thor 1, 2, and please do a show for Long Winter. Perfect. Falcon and the Winter Soldier after show. That'd be great. I love Captain America, but even first Captain America is a hard watch. I love Captain America too. He's my favorite.
Hey.
Yay!
Wait, who said that? Who said that? Because I can't see the comment.
Said he loved Captain America, but the first Cap movie's a hard watch. I like the first Captain America movie. I love Peggy Olsen though, so that might be.
That's like comfort food
Peggy
for
Carter,
the
not
MCU.
Peggy Olsen. Sorry, Peggy Olsen's a different person. Peggy Carter's one of my favorite characters. So, sorry. Okay, sorry to interrupt, Evan.
No, you're fine.
Okay, we're gonna go into some notes and theories and stuff now. Since we're doing this for about 45 minutes, an hour, I thought that it would be fine to go through. Everybody has a lot of thoughts. Don't tolerate cap slander here. Exactly. fight. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Peggy Carter. I'm so excited to see her as Captain Britain. That'll be so much fun. Yeah. Cool. Do you want to go through your theories first? Because I've been talking for such a long time.
Well, I don't really have a whole lot of theories because there's only so much you can do with the loose ends that the show gives. Not that that's a bad thing. I love it when a show or a movie can end on a very ambiguous note. It kind of gets you thinking. Again, it gets you excited for other upcoming projects. Like, I'm sure that the final scene or the second post-credit scene is definitely hinting at the multiverse of madness. So that gets me really hyped for that. I do think that Vision is going to come back in some way, whether or not he comes back as I'll just say White Vision is to unknown at this point, because I feel like it'd be kind of weird if he gets his memories back and that just brings his color back to him. I just feel like that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hold. I don't know if this is more of a theory or more of a hope for me, but I'm holding out hope that Evan Peters is still going to be Quicksilver when they finally introduce the X. I mean, they kind of
It's House of
them.
M. It's House of M. You know it's gonna be House of M. So yeah, do you have any more thoughts before I go on?
I mean, yeah. Again, like the show did a good job with ending some things and left a few things up in the air, and then completely forgot about some other things. So
I'm hoping that they're going to do the MCU thing, in which they kind of explain it later, like the whole thing that was happening in New Mexico was Thor, things like that. Yeah, so I definitely agree with you on a lot of things. Vision comes back in the comics. The Vision that I was talking about, like before, how I read it, they flashed back to him being White Vision, and then he turns back into the Vision that we know and love. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen in this. The whole Red Riding Hood things makes a lot more sense now. First of all, love the new costume. I am obsessed. It's perfect. What point does X-Men get tied in? The Mutants. New Mutants is a movie that's with Fox. So.
Oh no, we're not talking about that. No.
Somebody was talking about it. I was talking about this yesterday for the radio show that I do, and they were like talking about New Mutants. I'm like, I haven't seen it yet, and he's like, oof, good. I'm just like, oh, okay. But,
have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, don't do it. It's a waste of time.
But Anya Taylor-Joy's.
Like, literally, the acting is like the best thing in the movie. It sloppily connects to the a lot of the other X-Men movies, especially Logan, which kind of pissed me off, to be honest. So I don't want to get into that debate.
Yeah, I like the Wizard of Oz reference in the show. The kids.
Yes, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that saw that.
That was so cute. I loved that. I think that the kids coming back might tie into maybe Miss Marvel, because like the Kid Avengers storyline. I think that would work. I just wrote down White Vision. Somebody called it DLC Vision. Like, pre-order now and you get.
Somebody watched Jeremy John's video on YouTube. I guarantee you.
It was me. He posted a little late.
I was going to say. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, so I was talking to my wife about this while we were watching the show, and I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'd love it if Darcy became Miss Marvel now that she's been exposed to the Hex.
That would be funny, but like I know that they already.
Yeah, practically speaking, it's not.
She's also Pakistani, so like, yeah, probably not. But I'd love it if Darcy got her own stuff. I'd love it if we got, like I talked about this before. The MCU exclusive superheroes would be awesome. I think that would be a cool untapped thing, like just making stuff for the thing. Obviously it's going to piss a lot of people off, but yeah, there's just a lot of angry fans.
I'm still waiting for Marvel to do something with Squirrel Girl. I'm still waiting for that.
I love Squirrel Girl is my favorite superhero.
Like, I'm not even meaning that in like a joking way. I genuinely want to see what they would do with it.
I would love a Squirrel Girl show or movie or anything that's not Marvel Rising or whatever. Like, cool, Gwen Stacy Adventures with Squirrel Girl, that's great. But I need her to have her own standalone thing. If I would love more angry Marvel fans to be like, like that are always like, there's too much comedy. There needs to be serious storylines. It's just Squirrel Girl being
Go over to DC then, please.
Basically a comedy that's just about a superhero. I would love that. Sorry.
Well, I mean, we kind of got that. Well, not really with. I mean, we kind of got that with Thor, Thor Ragnarok. That was and the Guardians of the Galaxy films are, I would consider, more comedies than action films.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like what is WandaVision up until this last episode? Where we just got
WandaVision is its own thing. That's what.
Yeah. It's its own little thing, its own little bubble. Yeah, I'm asking the person I live with to bring me something to show you my love of Squirrel Girl. Let's see if he complies. But yeah.
If I may, then I want to indulge as well. Give me a quick second.
Let me just, while you're doing that, let me just say, I didn't really understand why they were going to arrest Hayworth, but then I remembered he tampered with that video. He was trying to frame Wanda. He brought Vision back to life, which apparently, according to him, which was against his will. And he tried to shoot a child. So, because Dorothy was just, and then I was like, why are they arresting him again? And I was like, oh yeah, he did a lot of messed up stuff. So, probably, everybody's upset about the New Mutants.
Oh gosh.
It's called, oh, cool. X-Men are reportedly coming to the MCU sooner than expected. Title call it The Mutants. That was cool. That's what I was referring to. I hope we get a Darcy and Jimmy Woo show too as well, Nick. Like an X-Files type stuff. That'd be cool. Darcy and Woo would be amazing. Squirrel Girl showing up in Guardians would not surprise me. That would be so great. Yeah. Destiny to destroy the world. That was a little cryptic. So that might definitely lead into House of M, of like destroying kind of the world as we know it. Chaos Magic, Nick was kind of going into that was directly from Marvel. Woo is a mood meme now. I agree. Ralph Boner is in the Witness Protection Program. I already said that. Your Trauma, just kind of reading into others, that was interesting. I really liked Monica's powers that we did see, where she's just kind of stopping bullets. So that was interesting. I just love Darcy's just a little have fun in prison, and then she left. Ship of Theseus was so interesting to me. Again, like I hadn't heard it before. And it was definitely the most Vision thing to do. Yeah, so yeah, that's really it. I've really enjoyed that a lot, because in the comics he talks a lot more computery than like what he's kind of portrayed in the thing where he's just like, perhaps we should order a pizza. It's definitely more like affirmative, this, very proper, things like that. So it was interesting, and I liked how it turned to get the White Vision's little chip turned yellow like the Mind Stone. And the I Am Vision was kind of reminiscent of when he was just like, I am, to the Avengers when he was created. Her slyly just kind of adding the runes, making it look like she messed up, was amazing. Big brain moment right there. Catherine Hahn is amazing. New bomb costume. The whole mom help thing is definitely, it's not the end of Billy and Tommy, obviously. And I liked how it showed how powerful she was by her astral projecting while she was still conscious and making coffee. Meanwhile, I was accidentally asking the person to, I accidentally messaged the wrong person to bring me the thing. I sent it to Nick. Oof.
Oh no.
I also messaged the person I live with on Facebook. Oof. I messed up. Sorry, fan. Red cheeks. Anyways, so yeah. I'm excited. Do you have any final thoughts, I guess? We don't have any.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that they have like some making of or documentary that comes on next week in between this and Captain and America and the Winter Soldier. Captain America and the next show. I forget what it's called.
I'm excited about it. All right, it's here. Thank you. It's my Squirrel Girl figure.
Oh, nice. Where did you get that?
I'm sorry?
Where did you get that?
My mom got it for me for Christmas because I asked for it. It was at BAM, and I saw it at Best Buy. But I haven't taken it out of the box yet. But I think I'm going to. But she has like a moped and stuff, and there's
Wow.
I love it.
Huh.
It's
I'm
perfect.
kind of surprised. That's such a obscure character. I'm really surprised they didn't have a an actual figure for her.
Yeah, it's a Marvel
Thing that I
Legends
was
figure.
thing I was getting earlier was this. I don't know if you could see it. It's
Oh,
custom made. It is the all 23 Marvel films, starting from Iron Man all the way to Spider-Man: Far From Home. So I bought it off of Facebook. I've been meaning to rewatch all the Marvel movies for a while, so I'm really looking forward to trying it. For all I know, it could work. It couldn't work.
yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. It's a very cool custom box. So yeah, do you have any final thoughts about like the series as a whole, or just what you think that this means for future episodes? Just
I I urge people to not jump to conclusions and to simply judge this show off of the final episode, which, I mean, for some people, I understand why they're disappointed. Some people understand why they're satisfied. I'm kind of in between about it, but I urge them to now go back and maybe rewatch the entire show, and they might have a completely different viewpoint on the show. I still think it is a good show, verging on
Mhm.
great. I would probably give it a B, like I said earlier in the live stream. And yeah, I'm really excited to see where Marvel takes this now that we've had WandaVision. It feels like its own little special thing that's setting up bigger things in the future. Some of which we probably could hint at and figure out through theories, and some of which we probably can't even expect.
Yeah, for sure. I did want to mention my little last. I don't know if I mentioned the little Bova Easter egg before. I feel like I did now that I'm saying it. When Bova is the cow lady that like helps like baby Quicksilver and Wanda. There's a little she's like a genetically mutated cow. There's like a little Bova milk thing in episode 2 of the little intro to WandaVision. Like it's like a milk carton. It says Bova over it. But yeah, I agree with you. Oh, I just wanted to mention that before we're done with the series forever. But thanks, and I agree with you on a lot of things. I think that personally, this is a great show. I don't know if it's me just being very happy that Marvel stuff is back. I don't know if it's because I'm a huge fan of old sitcoms and all of that good stuff and just television in general. And this is just a great homage to old TV as well as sets up great stuff for the future. But I'm not, every show has its flaws. And I think that we kind of put this a little too high on the shelf. But I think that we got a lot of good stuff that people kind of just aren't recognizing. But and I've loved talking about it every week with you guys. It's been such a blast and so much fun. And I agree with Hank being all in all on the heels of a global pandemic. I'm just incredibly happy to be talking about shows and movies again. I agree. I'm glad.
Amen to that.
I'm glad that everything's kind of coming back and coming together. Um, I'm just kind of excited about everything that's going to come up in the future. I'm excited since we haven't had it's been a year since we've a whole year of not getting MCU content. Now we're getting just stacks on stacks on stacks. Like just after this week, we're going to get another Marvel show. That's incredibly exciting to me. So yeah, I want to wait to see if Nickens has any final thoughts that he's going to type out. But all in all, I just kind of want to thanks for everybody for letting me geek out for like a sec. And just want to thank everybody, especially the repeat viewers like Steven, Hank, and Jeremy. I think that's, yeah, Jeremy that have like, coming back every week talking about like their theories and stuff. Rachel, obviously, your lovely wife, for joining us every week as well.
Love you.
And just everybody who comes back and watches it later. It's been very fun to do a live stream where people are actually really in it, like, and just engaging with it and things like that. So yeah, and everybody at 330 to go as well. I guess we're going to be doing a Falcon and Winter Soldier show, so we'll post some more stuff about this. Keep them going all year, and I will do my best to be here. Thanks, Steven. You're great. Thanks. But yeah, can't wait to start talking about more Marvel content. Other stuff we're definitely going to be talking about Gorilla versus Kong. Definitely going to be doing an Oscar show. Evan and Nick both have such amazing content going on their respective pages. I haven't seen Coming to America yet. I haven't even seen the first one yet, so I'm waiting for that, like waiting to read that review for Evans. But I read your at least good chunk of your Raya review, and I know you added me and was like, what do you think? So
well,
yeah,
I'm just wondering, like, maybe in the future, like, we could also maybe do every 3-4 months, we could do like a wrap up of movies that we've seen in the past, just to really get cool more yeah, I'm sure that some people have seen some movies, I hope.
Yeah, like I don't want to sleep with me. I will watch a bunch of TV shows, but it'll take me so off. Like I have to really want to watch a movie, which is honestly kind of dumb with my monkey brain and stuff. Just it's monkey brain just being like
I have the complete opposite problem because I will watch something no matter how awful it is.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of watching Coming to America. So far, it's middle of the road. I'm paused the movie to watch this. Like, thanks, Steven. That's great.
Aww.
I'm going to watch the first and second one later today. But yeah.
First one's classic.
Yeah, my mom loves it. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap that up then. I don't think Nick is going to send anything. He said Funko Squirrel Girl is one of his favorite things ever, and I need one now that I know that exists. So yeah. All right, well, once again, thank you for joining us. Make sure you follow Evan and Nick's respective pages. If you're watching from the 330 page, make sure you follow and like the Rubber City Reviews. We do these shows a lot. After next week, we'll be doing, hopefully, Falcon and Winter Soldier weekly, or at least one show. And yeah, so thanks again. I'll actually end it here. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye.